The RWBY Volume 9 soundtrack has officially been released, and the first song that we'll be looking at today is the long-awaited Red Like Roses Part 3, otherwise known as Guide My Way.
Saw you in a dream. Are you who you seem? Was it always in the cards for me to be aimless? No direction, nothing pulling me down. From the sky it seems like I always get too high.
We begin with RWBY questioning her mother. Are you who you seem? RWBY asking if Summer is how RWBY perceives her, as this amazing, caring mother who fought for what was right and was an incredible warrior. I believe RWBY is asking this important question for one reason. See, RWBY begins discussing that she's lost. She doesn't know where to go or who to be. Thus, she's looking to see if the person that she's always aspired to be can help her. She's asking for Summer's help because she wants a magical answer that'll help clarify who she should be. The leader of Team Stark, a trusted member of Osmond's inner circle, and Supermom. From RWBY's perspective of Summer, she viewed her as all these things. Often enough, when we're struggling, we tend to ask the people that we look up to for advice, to know if they've gone through our struggle, as that sentiment might provide us with some comfort. See, we have to remember something very important about RWBY's journey. She not only skipped ahead 2 years, but she was also put into the position of leadership, causing her to believe that she had to set aside her feelings and doubts and be this shining light that will push people forward. And now, she's in a position where she needs guidance. She needs someone to guide her way to a better path.
Open wide, you were born to hypnotize them all. They said their prayers. Can you hear me up there? What survives after all the dust is gone? Were you there to the end? Were you at least called a friend?
Verse 2 provides us with a response to RWBY's struggles from her mother. Continuing the back and forth from Red Like Roses Part 2, Summer tells RWBY that all she needs to do is shine her silver eyes. The same eyes that she once shared with her daughter will now light a path forward for RWBY. And once the fight with Sam is over, Summer asks if RWBY was there until the end, like she said she would, calling back to RWBY's song Until the End at the end of Volume 7, in which RWBY states,
I'll picture me beside her and pray that I'll inspire. I promise I'll be here until the end.
meaning that RWBY will continue the fight no matter what happens and be the inspiration to others, just like how her mother was to her. And now that RWBY is breaking, Summer is still asking if RWBY will be there until the end. And of course, we have the line, "Were you at least called a friend?" I personally really enjoy this line. Summer most likely knew the type of character that her daughter was going to be. Shy, introverted, but still caring at heart.
And secondly, I don't need people to help me grow up. I drink milk.
And it just reminds me of being a kid and maybe you had a bad day at a new school. And once you get home, your mother just comes up to you and wants to know if you at least made one friend, one bright spot in your day. I can't really put it into words, but it just makes me cry. RWBY begins questioning if she was meant to be this way. She feels divided and feels as if she needs to be someone else, but all she really wants is to be herself. I imagine that these are RWBY's thoughts just after she drank the tea, where, unironically, this is probably the most amount of time that she's gotten to herself. We don't know if she was immediately sent to the blacksmith after she fell. I'd like to imagine that the tree just gave her some time to herself before presenting her with this choice of being someone else. If the tree is supposed to be this omnipotent being, then it should know that some time alone can do wonders for the mind. I I can't define. 3 words that sum up Ruby's struggle. Not knowing who she is, not understanding her role in the tale. In a way, Ruby is letting the circumstances around her define who she is, instead of taking the time to define herself. Thus, she's taking in all the negativity and failure that she sees and letting it control her. Hence why she thinks that being Ruby Rose wasn't enough. Yet she doubts herself even further, stating that even if she found herself, she doesn't know if that's enough for who she imagines herself to be. And if she imagines herself to be like her mother, well, that image is being called into question. Due to recent events, Ruby is starting to realize that her mother isn't this picture perfect image that she thought she was. Her mother had secrets, she had faults, she even failed against Salem. Yet, despite learning of such faults, Ruby still holds Summer dear and has chosen to learn from Summer's past actions. She continues to move forward, continuing where Summer left off and forging her own path.
A moment of quiet is all it takes to reclaim a life and a promise made. I am the reflection of who prevails. I'm what inspired the fairy tale. A moment of quiet is all it takes to reclaim a life and a promise made. I am the reflection of who prevails. I'm what inspired the fairy tale.
At this point in the song, Ruby has regained her mental clarity. She needed some time to figure out who she is and is taking back her identity. However, the line "to reclaim a mother's promise" isn't just her getting her emblem back. To me, it tells that she's accepted what happened to her mother, after all. In Red Like Roses Part 2, Ruby is heartbroken and distraught that Summer left her. She was angry and hurt and lashed out as a child would do in this situation. Of course, it's understandable, but here, Ruby has matured. Guide My Way really takes us through Ruby's struggle through Volume 9, but it also tells its own story within the song itself. If you were to take Red Like Roses Part 1, 2, and 3 and just listen to them, you can get a pretty good sense of Ruby's character arc just on those 3 songs alone. After all, she's what inspired the fairy tale. That is actually one of the hardest lines that have ever come out of Ruby, and I just love it so much. It concludes with Ruby stating that she can guide herself out, evident of her choosing herself in the ever after and returning back to her friends. Overall, I really enjoyed this song. It's different from Red Like Roses Part 1 and 2, but still manages to capture that same imagery of Ruby and Summer's conversation, while giving us more context into Ruby's headspace. Of course, these songs aren't canon, so we can't take them at face value, but they give us a bit more characterization, and it's always fun to get more AU, non-canon, whatever. It's Ruby fuel, and I'll take it. With that being said, let me know your thoughts down below, as well as any more interpretations of this song. They're open-ended, so I'm glad to see what you all will come up with.